Storm and Brunswick are two of the biggest brands in the sport of bowling. So I thought it would be hilarious to combine them into one bowling ball. The Stormwick bowling ball. So I've had a lot of crazy ideas over the years, but this one might be one of my craziest. I've had this idea for a long time, and I've been kind of hesitant to proceed because I'm not even sure how we're going to do this. So I can't even begin to explain to you my thought process of how I'm going to do this, so we're just going to get straight into it. So obviously the first priority for this video is getting two halves of two bowling balls. We have here a Brunswick Rhino and a Storm Nova. Now the Nova is already cracked, so this one should be kind of easy to cut in half. Brunswick Rhino is not cracked. And my idea for cutting them in half is, we have here a tile table saw and a quarter scale. So we're going to draw a line perfectly around the bowling ball. And using this tile saw, we're just going to chop it in half. Now that we have a nice line around the circumference of the bowling ball, I think we can just hammer and chisel it into oblivion. Ow. Alright, so I ended up breaking not completely around the line that I made on the ball, but I think this still might be workable. Yep. Oh, there we go. So that worked out decently well. We got our first half of a bowling ball here. Now we gotta do the Brunswick. Oh, okay. All right. All right, guys, so it is really late right now. We've been out here for about 3 hours, and there's a lot of stuff you didn't see, but we finally have two pretty good halves of a bowling ball. The quarter scale goes around them quite nicely, which makes me think that this is pretty close to a bowling ball size. Like, that actually looks really good. So they're obviously not two perfect halves, but that's not going to matter for phase 2 of this video. Gosh. Moving on to phase 2, we need to fuse these two halves of these bowling balls together. So my plan, we're going to drill a bunch of holes into these halves and put some screws inside those holes. Then we're going to use this mold to fill it with resin and then fuse the two together. And my hope is that the resin kind of forms around these screws like little hooks to kind of hold it together a little bit better. I don't know if this is going to work. This is just something off the top of my head, so let's see. The resin is mixed, so now we just gotta get these bad boys conjoined into one sphere. I don't know if what I'm doing is proper, but I don't know if there's a proper way to conjoin two different bowling balls into one in the first place. Alright, let's see if this works. I'm gonna pour the resin in. Oh shit. All right, so it's been a few days, and now for the moment of truth. I accidentally resined my mold to the table. Ow! Yeah, I'm gonna need a hammer. I'll be right back. Jesus, I'm breaking my mold to pieces. There we go. And it's popped open. Yikes. So it appears that I forgot to use the mold release on the mold. So now my ball is stuck to the mold. So we're gonna have to destroy this bottom part of the mold. What the deuce is that? What? What is that? All right. All right. I guess that's the new pin. All right, so we got our half Storm, half Brunswick bowling ball out of the molds. And we have a little ring around here that we need to take care of. And we also need to get these rubber bands off and then do a little bit of surface work. And also we got this pin on top somehow. I'm not exactly sure how that formed, but we just gotta... All right. Now we have a little nipple on top. All right, anyway, we're gonna take care of those things and then we should have a pretty decent looking bowling ball. So I know that you only watched that for about 15 seconds, but I've been here for 3 days. Obviously the mold that I was using was not perfectly round or bowling ball shaped, so we had to work off a lot of excess resin, as you can see on the sides. And we're still not completely done, so I'm going to fast forward through some of this and get to the next stage. But finally, 3 days later, we have a pretty decent looking sphere. It's not perfect. I know it's not perfect, but I'm tired. It's been 3 days, and I think this will probably be okay. Not perfect, but okay. So, one thing we still have to fix on the Stormwick is this little piece here that didn't get any filling with the resin. So we're gonna go fill that up and then cut it down and have a nice perfect-ish ball. I think this is actually the most difficult video I ever made on this channel. And I've made a lot of crazy videos, but this thing takes the cake for sure. Plug dam. All right, so now that the ball has been resined, all we can do now is wait for it to cure. So once again, I'll see you tomorrow. Aaron, my boy. Oh, he's not even here. Well, I was hoping to surprise Aaron in this part of the video, but he's not in the pro shop. He's probably dropping a deuce. So I'm just gonna start working on this while he's doing that. Aaron! Oh, look what I got.
That's not bad. It's the right size.
Finally, after so much time and effort, I'm proud to finally introduce the Stormwick Rhinova. I'm willing to say without a shadow of a doubt that this bowling ball is the absolute first of its kind, and basically no one has ever done this before. So, we did drill this with only 2 finger holes because, for the main reason is that I want to try to protect the integrity of this bowling ball as much as possible. If we have a massive thumb hole going into the ball, and the ball might crack a little bit easier. But with just 2 finger holes, there's not too much going on, and hopefully this ball holds up for as long as we need for the video. I know the old people on the internet hate two-handed bowlers, but you can deal with it for this video. Once we get through this video, I'll probably drill a thumb hole in it and see if we can throw it one-handed, but for the rest of this video, it's going to be two-handed. So sorry, old people, but that's what we got going on for you today. And with all that being said, after an extremely long video, we just got to go bowling with this thing now. So, to the bowling alley. Alright guys, it's been a super long, tedious process, but we finally made it out to Delta Bowl with the Stormwick Rhinova. It's been literal weeks of working on this thing, and we're finally here to throw it. But first, before we throw this, if you guys can do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, it's free for you guys and it helps out the channel more than you know. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, consider supporting the channel with the merch. We got some bowling shirts on 220avg.com, or join the YouTube membership. You get a cool logo by your name in the comments. It's like $3 a month and it really helps out the channel. I want to make more videos like this, but this is super expensive to do. This cost me almost $1,000 to make, and I wish I could do it more often. But before we throw this, I want to get warmed up with an IQ tour and kind of see what the lanes are doing. So we're going to do that real quick. And again, if you skip forward past through the first part of this video, I did drill this ball for 2 hands because I want to keep the integrity of the ball as much as possible, and hopefully it doesn't break on me during this video. All right, one more shot with the IQ, then we're going to try out the Rhinova in the same line. All right, now for the very first ever shot with the Stormwick Rhinova. I really, really hope it doesn't crack in this video. Oh. All right, as you can tell, it's not totally round. You can kind of hear it thumping as it's going down the lane. Oh. But it does come back in the ball return, and it did not crack on our first attempt. So overall, a decent success. So I think if I move about 5 boards right, we should probably hit the pocket. Oh my God. That went so much straighter than I expected. All right, we're 2 for 2 on the ball not cracking and getting returned. I'm gonna try one more warm-up shot and move another 5 boards right. And hopefully it hits the bucket. Oh my God, this ball doesn't hook at all. I washed out, moving a total of 10 boards right, 3 shots in a row. But we are 3 for 3 on the ball getting returned, so that's a good sign. One more warm-up shot, we're gonna move another 5 boards right. Hit. Ah. All right, that was really close. But I forgot where I was standing. That's enough warm-up. We're gonna bowl a full game with the Rhinova and see what kind of score we can bowl. I'm gonna set the over-under at 220. The ball reaction looks horrendous, but I think we could possibly make it there. Let's go. First game ever with the half Storm, half Brunswick bowling ball. Jeez. I might need to move even more right. I was kind of hoping this ball would hook more than it is, but it's not. Come on. Yes! I think it's the world first strike with a half Storm, half Brunswick bowling ball. That's pretty sick. Oh, push. Carry. Ah. That might have gotten the 710. Maybe, we'll never know. Hit. Ah, all right. That's the line. Yes. Hit. Yes. Oh. That's the world first double with a half Storm, half Brunswick bowling ball. That's pretty good. Oof. All right, we got away with that one, but it's the world first turkey with a half Storm, half Brunswick bowling ball. Oh man. I thought that shot was better, but apparently it might have been a little bit too fast. I used the hook. That knocks off a lot of pins off our score. Got a max of 231. Yep. Oh, that was almost a 5-7-10. Oh no. All right, the spare doesn't count, but we're keeping the spare for this video because I need to strike out now for 221, which will be 1 pin over the over. Deal with it. And there goes the over. All right, 10th frame, we got a max of 210, which would be pretty insane considering this ball was literally sawed in half and glued back together. Carry, carry, yes! All right, we need the next strike to break 200 with the Stormwick Rhinova. Actually, we just need a mark. Strike or spare. Carry. All right. That should be an easy spare. I hope. $200, the very first game ever with a half Storm, half Brunswick bowling ball. Even though we missed a 7-pin, I'm still counting it as a 200. Pretty awesome stuff. And this won't be the last video with this ball. We're gonna probably make a few more with this. I'm gonna do a thumb hole in one video, and I'll probably do a ball review kind of thing with another video. But yeah, that was a insane climactic finish to this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.